once in a while post from the military, posting it on Twitter and Facebook. This is absolute rubbish because that's what they have been doing for years. All these video speeches being made by the service chiefs, all these troops being energized, morale high, all those nonsense. No, they have been doing that for years. In their well-starched uniforms, and their walking sticks, they have been walking everywhere, throwing their weight around, and people are still being killed. Terrorists are still holding peace meeting. And you want to tell me you are doing something different? So imagine that. Even you that is criticizing them, I go praise them. Because we'll just be like, they should maintain it, nobody should talk to them. As they are killing and raiding them, clearing each state, declaring each state free. Forests everywhere, declaring them free of any terrorist. As they are clearing them, police is there restoring order. Police are being put everywhere to ensure that all those ones that slip through the fingers of the military, they won't slip through the fingers of the police. You sweep them like that, it can last for the next 1 year, non-stop. Is that going to be a very impossible thing to do? And for the first time, they can then use the names of over 400 known terrorist sponsors in Nigeria. Did you know that? You know that there's a list. There is a list of the terror sponsors in Nigeria. It was produced by the Nigeria's intelligence something. They call them NIA or so. Right? And DSS. Over 400 Islamic terrorist sponsors, those who have links. University lecturers, preachers, politicians. They have the names, they have the list. So imagine they begin to process all of that. And on your TV, on your newspapers, you begin to see those you believed they were like responsible men and women, but rather they are enemies of Nigeria. So if your government begin to go after them like that, you know that America themselves should just be like, yeah, even us, we know if you do them like this. Because we're just planning to come and drop bomb here and there. Anybody where you affect, you get ball. You are doing it better. So around that time, even their greatest critic would have no choice but to actually really acknowledge that. I would acknowledge it. For those of you who feels like you don't see anything good in them, I say, okay, how about you tell us the good thing they are doing? And how is that affecting you and millions of others? So there are those in northern Nigeria who also sort of like agreed with this sentiment when they are not being religiously biased about things. They do say the truth. Like this 6 or 7 months old video where one of them was actually saying what I just said.
But you cannot just sit down watching them to do whatever they feel like doing simply because they are professionals. You cannot talk to them. Give them target. During Jonathan, we brought mercenaries. They were about to finish Boko Haram. But because of our complacency and personal aggrandizement and personal interest, we asked them to go back. And we are still battling with the issue. I was in Borno State as a member of a state House of Assembly when the mercenaries were in Borno. They were less than 30. They operate in a place like this. Everybody with a laptop before him, observing what is happening in the bush. The moment they discovered an enclave, they will be able to identify how many weapons do they have, what kind of weapons are they using, how many AK-47 do they have, how many explosives do they have. They will take only 3 or 4 people in a chopper, go and clear everything. They will snap pictures before clearing them and bring back exhibit. We are about to finish it. And because of interest, personal interest, that if we allow mercenaries to finish this thing, we are not going to get anything. How much was the bill given by the mercenaries? Even Russia is employing mercenaries to fight for them, isn't it? Are we stronger than Russia? Is there anything wrong if you can bring somebody that can fight for you? There's nothing wrong in that. So I'm sorry if people are saying that National Assembly is not doing the needful, National Assembly is not providing the enabling laws. We have provided all the enabling laws. The enforcement of such laws is not ours. If government is not ready to implement, there is no way we can compel government. The only thing we can advise government. If government refuses to do it, there is no way you can force them. Because they have the mercenaries for implementation. You do not have.
So if you listen to that, the political will is what is missing. They can do all these media runs, all these paparazzi, all these nice speeches and all that nonsense, right? But the real thing is that the political will to just implement your own laws. Where you have law, there is order. Where there is no respect for the rule of law, there will be chaos, disorder like you have. So political will to just say, you know what, let's do this now. No, it's time we do this now. And they will do it. But you just said because of their interest. Because they started campaigning against Jonathan. They said Jonathan was killing the northern Nigeria. They said he was killing to reduce their population so that the southern Nigeria will be more than northern Nigeria. They accused him of sponsoring Boko Haram to reduce their population. Then they accused him again when they are killing the Boko Harams that he is killing northerners to reduce northerners' population. It was a crazy time that time. I don't know how old you are. 2015, 2014. It was mental. APC was practically defending terrorists. Enough that they went to America and told the Obama government that if they sold weapons to Jonathan, he will use the weapon to kill oppositions. Honestly. And America believed them. I mean, when it was politically convenient, America believed them. They placed embargo on Nigeria, arms embargo on Nigeria. Nigeria couldn't buy weapons. But they kept pushing, they kept pushing, they kept pushing. Immediately APC, Egbekegbe came to power. The first action of Buhari, the first one that he did on this issue of insecurity, right, was to sack all of those mercenaries. They sacked them. They told them to leave Nigeria with immediate effect. I don't know how many of you will remember that though. Yeah, they sacked them. The next thing he did was to start a secret, unconstitutional peace deal with the terrorists, and they called it Operation Safe Corridor. Safe corridor. Even listen to that word, safe corridor. Safe corridor for terrorists to go back to the society. And they were bragging about it while the killings continued. They were telling people that, you know, it's a good thing. And in that, through that arrangement, over 200,000 repentant terrorists were released. I'm not joking. They brag about it. That's how I got to know. If you listen to the Borno governor, Zulum, it's like an achievement. Yet, there is no peace. Borno State, for the past 10 years, out of 27 local government areas or something, they probably have just maybe about 3 or 4 that is truly functional. And yet, Nigerians moved on like it's nothing. Yeah, they had to relocate the local government headquarters across Borno State. They had to relocate them to the state capital. There are so many things that you need to understand that APC, Egbekegbe, practically eat from you. The Nigeria you probably think you are, you believe you are in, it's no longer the same Nigeria that you thought you were in as well. A lot has changed. A lot has broken. Ungoverned areas all over the place. But they pretended that, yeah, everything is kind of like improving. Once politicians comes out and say it's fine, when it is not. You know? So yeah, they do know. And everything still boils down to you. The direct victims, Nigerians. But let's go to something else. I believe by now you are aware that WIKE has been expelled from PDP. Yeah. They had their national convention in Ibadan today. And tomorrow is another day. I think tomorrow is when they are going to announce that their new, their new chairman or something. It's the chairman rather. National executives. So while they were in Ibadan today, they took the decision that most of us have been wondering why they've allowed WIKE to run roughshod on them for this long. However, it doesn't mean that their decisions or their action is probably going to stay, but they are making effort. So I'm going to take you to Ibadan. Wabara was one of their leaders who spoke, and to him, with what he saw today, well, maybe PDP has a chance. And he said if he dies now, he believes he's going to go to heaven. So I'm going to start with the boring part. And then I'm going to come back and show you the announcements made by Bode George in expelling WIKE. FAYOSE. There are many. Let me see the names. Actually, I had a copy that I put up, right? So you have WIKE, FAYOSE, Anyanwu, Bature Umaru, Adeyemi Ajibade, Muhammad Abdurrahman, another one, Senator Mao Owabunwa, Honorable Austin Uwachuku, Abraham Hama, George Turner, Dan Odin. So they have been announced to be sacked. We'll come to that.
Chairman of the convention committee, my very good friend, the executive governor of Adamawa State, my very good friend, thank you for a job well done. Thank you for a job well done. Yes, you did it before, you are doing it again today. The history of PDP cannot be written without your support for this party and your input. For want of time, let me maybe rest on the existing protocol. The same time because the day is far spent. The delegates here present, thank you for coming. The God that brought you to this day will take you back safely. But you cannot go back safely without appreciating the host governor, the governor of your state, for his resilience, for the resources. It is not easy. It is not easy. May God continue to bless your wisdom and grant you health and more life. For those of us who believe in this party, I welcome you all. This party will not die. This party will not die. And of course, in Senate, it will not die. I rest on the existing protocol once again. It gives me great joy on behalf of the board of our great trustees of our great party to warmly welcome all distinguished delegates, leaders, and members from across the length and breadth of our dear country to this historic 2025 elective national convention. This gathering is a testament to our resilience, our democratic spirit, and our collective commitment to the ideals of unity, progress, and service with the Nigerian people. I congratulate all our party faithfuls for the successful conduct of congresses at the ward, local government, and state levels, from which credible and vibrant executives have emerged to steering the affairs of our party at the grassroots. Today, as we assemble to elect a new National Working Committee, I join every member of our party family to put forward the spirit of togetherness, sacrifice and loyalty. The strength of the PDP has always been in our ability to reconcile differences, heal divisions, and march forward united for the greater good.
Thought two. Thank you very much, Baba. Aside to you. So, meanwhile, brethren, you actually reminds me of that now. Anyway, so Thought two's book is still very much available on Amazon. For those of you who have checked it out, or you probably haven't really got a copy, here is a reminder. And indeed, here is a link where you can order yourself one, right? Yeah. So Thought is a member of the platform, as you know. Okay. Now, PDP is in a situationship where the egos of those who became something through the party continues to clash. A clash of ego clash. Where the WIKE is holding its side, as much as the PDP, this faction is holding their national convention in Ibadan. There are evidence of those who are part and parcel, especially governors who are participating in this right now, but are very much already in APC. They haven't made it official yet, right? However, they are already on their way, but they are participating in what they call the National Convention. So it came to light that the supposed chairman of the convention in Ibadan today, Umaru Fintiri, the governor of Adamawa, Atifku's state, who is also being expected to join APC in the next few days or weeks, came to the podium, and then he announced that, oh, hang on, I think this was after they announced the expulsion of WIKE and others. So let's take that first.
Beginning with Elder Nelson WIKE, AYO FAYOSE, Senator Samuel Anyalu, Honorable Umar Bature, Adeni Ajibade, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Senator Mao, Honorable Austin Wachiku, Abraham Ama, George Turner, Chief Dan Obi, with an expulsion as per the motion read heavily by our elder statesman, citing our constitutional provisions as enumerated, that is Chief Olabode George, and heavily seconded by my chairman, Sis Adamugunga. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against
Motions and chapter. Hereby is upon the motion moved by our elder statesman, Chief Olabode George. I hereby support the motion.
You get that? So, a bit of a correction. So the person that announced the expulsion was the Bauchi governor. But the person that moved the motion for the expulsion of these people was Bode George, who is a member of their BOT, I think, like Wabara. So when the announcement was made, Fintiri grabbed the mic as alleged chairman of the convention. Then he came out to tell everybody that, listen, guys, we need peace, the blah, the blah, the blah. And there is something we need to also point out. INEC is not present here. So whatever we do here today and onward may actually be useless. So he didn't say it that way. But listen to this.
It is a sign that we are up. In the absence of INEC, and as contend with merits of litigation for and against this convention. As the chairman, NCOC, it is not within my prerogative to go on